taking an in-depth look back at young Dolph's legacy and everything that has happened since his death.
Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre has been following this story from the very beginning, and he was the first reporter on the scene the day Dolph died.
He was a rap music superstar.
Whatever you do, just make sure you get paid.
Self-proclaimed king of Memphis, Tennessee.
Stay in control. If you're not in control, you're out of control. I live by that. Be true to yourself.
But on the afternoon of November 17, 2021, all of that came to an end.
Airways is responding to a shooting, 2370 Airways, 2370 Airways.
36-year-old Adolph Thornton, also known as Young Dolph, was shot in the back at his favorite South Memphis business. He was buying cookies for his mother at Makita's Homemade Butter Cookies. He frequently stopped there on trips home. In fact, he was there the week before.
So you came to get some wood? Makita cook. Get the side.
He arrived that afternoon in his well-known camouflage-wrapped Corvette. Minutes later, two men opened fire, spraying the front window and lobby with bullets.
Not receiving any additional other than the victim is possibly beyond help.
News spread like wildfire. Within minutes, a large crowd had gathered, and Memphis police started to call for backup.
I need a car on the Family Dollar parking lot. They're gathering out here, trying to push up here on the parking lot. I'm trying to push all the people out, but there's a bunch of them up here.
They also started blocking off streets.
They want me to block off Catching and Airways. Is that what they need?
And brought out metal barricades for crowd control, as fans, both young and old, stood in disbelief.
That's a father, that's a brother, that's a son, that's a nephew. Other than being a superstar, that's somebody's child right there.
Information about the suspects and their getaway car also started to get some attention. Less than 24 hours later, Memphis police released these images from the cookie shop surveillance cameras. They show the two gunmen and the white Mercedes-Benz they got away in. Then the big development, just a 6-minute drive away, and 3 days later, after Dolph's murder, on November 20th, 2021, investigators found the getaway car. That's where they found evidence that would lead to several arrests and eventually the accused gunman. As soon as investigators located the car, we learned thieves carjacked the white Benz from an East Memphis gas station a week before the murder. Then, police in nearby Covington, Tennessee, released information about gunmen in a deadly shooting. It happened 5 days before Dolph's death, and the suspects used the same getaway car. Investigators collected fingerprints and other evidence from the car.
I just want you to express how you're feeling. What do you want me to do?
I would just say that I want people to know that Adolph, he wasn't deserving of what happened to him. And I think that we really need to address issues of this sort, so why this is happening to so many men like Adolph.
November 30th, even with police releasing very limited information, Dolph's family laid him to rest in a private, heavily secured funeral. During the investigation, his life partner and mother of his two children stepped up efforts in her already growing campaign called Black Men Deserve to Grow Old. The campaign aimed to end the senseless killing of black men.
Like I said, black men deserve to grow old. Adolph deserves to grow old. I feel like every man in our community, they deserve to grow old.
9 days later, law enforcement arrested Cornelius Smith across the Tennessee state line in South Haven, Mississippi. This is cell phone video from a witness who saw Memphis police cruisers and thought it might have something to do with young Dolph's murder.
We knew something, something big was up, probably. Too many cops here, too many Southern cops not to be.
Smith was picked up on an auto theft warrant involving the stolen white Mercedes-Benz. Now, knowing his connection to Dolph's murder, law enforcement held Smith in a Mississippi jail for more than a month. They kept his possible involvement in the case hushed. On January 5th, 2022, Memphis police announced a warrant on a first-degree murder charge for the only named suspect at that time, Justin Johnson. 6 days later, U.S. Marshals captured Justin Johnson in Indiana and officially announced Cornelia Smith as the second suspect.
We're all working together. That's why I outlined all of those different agencies, because at some point in time in this investigation, our investigators have had touch points with various other individuals, other law enforcement personnel around the country.
In February 2022, Johnson and Smith both pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder. Johnson charged with several other charges unrelated to young Dolph's murder. In March 2022, the West Tennessee Regional Forensic Center released the rapper's official autopsy. It revealed the gunman shot Dolph 22 times. His autopsy lists his cause of death as gunshot wounds to the head, neck, and torso. The medical examiner also noted that Dolph's back was turned to the gunman.
We wouldn't be here without strong evidence against him. We're confident, and y'all saw the video from November 17th when the two people shot and murdered Dolph. We got the two people in court today.
Investigators say even with Johnson and Smith behind bars, the potential of more arrests for Dolph's murder will follow. As of 2022, they were still awaiting trial. If convicted on first-degree murder, Johnson and Smith are looking at automatic life sentences.
Memphis wants some closure to this thing, and the family, and we do too.
Jeremy Pierre, Fox 13 News.
Darcy, you and I said we were on the desk that day. We were right here from 20 minutes after that shooting happened all the way through Fox 13 News at 6. I'll never forget that, and I'll never forget the outpouring of emotion in just a few hours after that by people of Memphis.
But it's more than just a life that has been lost.
Yeah.
The impact that he had on the community, that's gone now.
Yep.
That's gone, taken away in an instant.